Hello, this is Photography Gamer. Welcome back to the channel again. So today it's the 3-year anniversary of the channel. I can't quite believe it's been 3 years. It has just flown by. As it's the 3-year anniversary, different video for you today. What have I got for you? Well, first I'm going to give you just an update on the channel, how things are going, what I've been working on, what to expect in the future, blah blah blah. I've also got a little gaming quiz for you, nothing too strenuous, I think about 5 questions, so that will be in there as well. And then I've got some questions that you guys and girls sent me on one of my community posts. I think it's about 10 questions, so I will do my best to answer those. And that's about it for today. So firstly, let's do an update on how the channel is going. Right, well, we are, I think when I'm recording this, we're at about 13,000 and change subscribers, so happy with that. It's still growing. I would say growth is between 300 and 400 subscribers a month, so it's still going up. It would be great if it went up faster, but you know, steady growth is probably better than more of a spike, so I'm happy with that. In terms of what I'm working on, I'm still trying to finish off all my PS4 stuff. What have I got left? Horizon Forbidden West, I finished that last night. That's probably already been published by now because I'm recording this a few weeks early. LA Noire, Trek to Yomi, Murder House, and I picked up Watch Dogs as well, the first one for £3, so that will be coming for PS4. PC games, I don't do many, but I'll probably do a few retros on there. But yeah, I'm looking to move on to the Xbox Series S because it's next gen and, you know, I've got some nice ones on there to do. But yeah, I haven't got a PS5 yet because financial reasons. I haven't got Steam Deck, I haven't got a new PC or laptop because, you know, I work on a real tight budget. Cost of living in the UK has gone absolutely fucking mental lately, so I have to really keep very close tabs on what I'm spending, but I do the best with what resources I've got to give you as much content as I can that's as varied as I can and stuff that I'm going to enjoy as well. So I hope everything I've been doing in recent times has been enjoyable for you, and yeah, let me know in the comments what you've thought of my general work lately. It's always useful for me to hear. Right, photo mode update. Okay, the VP guide is, where are we at? I think last one I published was GTA 5. That was for episode 44. So I've got the next 6 episodes lined up ready to edit. So we will be getting to episode 50, which will be a special edition with a few extra tips. So that's coming. I don't do many of those nowadays because I know not many of you watch them, but the series will continue. I might try and like jazz it up and do something different with it, I don't know, but yeah, that will be constant. In terms of documentaries, I've done 3 today. If you haven't seen them, one's called The Zone, one's World War one is about Vietnam War games. They're all slightly different and all slightly similar. So if you've never watched them, I'll put links in the description. I would welcome your opinions and thoughts. Next one, just started writing Gears of War, a documentary featuring all of the games, the backstory, the lore of the planet Sarah, and also delving into the books as well, which I've never really done before. So it's at the moment it's like 44 pages of A4. Fucking hell, I don't know how I'm gonna get that one done, but I'm gonna need to sort of condense that down a little bit, otherwise that's gonna be the longest documentary in history. But there will be more documentaries coming, a football game documentary, the history of football games, Kurosawa. I'm going to make a documentary on Kurosawa, and I'm going to use Trek to Yomi and Ghost of Tsushima to use the visuals to tell that story. What else? Chernobyl. I'm doing a documentary about the Chernobyl disaster using Chernobylite, the game, as footage. So plenty of things coming in that regard. In terms of reviews, we've got, yeah, plenty of games, a lot of retros. I've done most of the new ones that I liked. Obviously, I will do God of War when it comes out and things like that. But yeah, just keep plugging away with the reviews. I haven't done many 10 thing videos because I haven't really got one. I've got one in the pipeline. I think it's 10 game characters that I would invite to a dinner party. So that's going to be quite amusing. I just haven't had time. I've got 2 more Deep Rock Galactic videos in terms of guides, and then I'm probably going to put a lid on that series because I don't play it that much anymore. That will be replaced most likely by Grounded, which is coming out of early access in September, so I'll be doing lots of guides on Grounded. And generally, yeah, I'm fine doing the channel, you know, it's all it's all just kind of business as usual for me, playing games, writing the reviews, editing the videos, recording the sound, doing research, finding new bargains and this, that and the other. So, you know, things are going well. In my respect, I've tried to keep busy. I've been doing a lot of other work over the last few months, a lot of construction work on some family property. That's been a bit of a nightmare, but it's done. Thank fucking God for that. Anyway, right. Last thing of the update. First thing I would say is, in terms of the channel, obviously my channel is monetized, which means when you watch my videos, adverts, commercials play, and I make some ad revenue from those views. Now, it's not much, and YouTube lately, it seems like it's compressing down how much people can actually earn through this. Like, to put it into context, I earn between like £200 to £300 a month through the ad revenue, which it's a little bit of money that helps, but it's not enough for me to live on by any stretch, like nowhere near. And in the long term for this channel, like if we're looking 2 to 3 years in the future, is this channel going to still be here? I hope it will be, and I know there's a lot of you that like it and would like it to continue. But the reality of the channel in the future is going to be, if you want this channel to continue to flourish, to grow, to have more opportunity to be a sort of sustained channel over the next couple of decades, I would encourage you to sign up to become a patron, because the money I'm earning through the ad revenue is just not going to cut it in the long run, and sooner or later I'm going to have to transition away from it if it doesn't reach a point where I can actually live on it, you know what I mean? So for example, like if 10% of my subscriber count were to commit to becoming patrons, you know, anything from $1 to $5 a month, that would really give me an opportunity to focus my attention on the channel, to upgrade, you know, to get the PS5, to get new PC gear, to review different types of games, and to focus more of my energy on it. Because at the moment, I do this channel, I also run a photography business, video editing business, graphic design, I do other odd jobs, so you know, I have a lot on my plate. Now, I really enjoy what I do here. I know a lot of you enjoy what I do here as well, and I'd love to do it more. I'd love to focus more time on it, and I don't think the revenue on YouTube is really going to ever cut it unless I have some massive breakthrough. So again, if you like my channel, if you like my content and you love watching it and you find it engaging and interesting, watching the videos is great. Liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, all these things are absolutely wonderful and I welcome them. But if you really want to support the channel to a degree that's actually going to help it grow and help it expand and help it sustain itself, become a patron. It would really help me in regard to actually being able to do this more and having more financial freedom to, you know, invest money in the channel to cover more games, because I'm working on such a tight budget, it's unbelievable. And I think that's pretty much it for the update. Yeah, it's going well. Keep chugging away, keep working. You know, if you've followed this channel since I started, you will know that I do work quite hard on this channel. I put out videos pretty much every few days and do my best. That's all I can do, and I just hope it grows and I hope the support comes, because it would be very sad if one day I can't continue to do this, because I do really love it, and we'll see how it goes in the next couple of years. But yeah, if you really want to support the channel and you really want to help it grow, help it sustain itself, become a patron. Okay, right, what have we got next? We have the gaming quiz. So I've got a few questions. I'll give you the answers later on. So first question, have you got a pen and paper ready? If you haven't, go get one or put it on your phone, or just cheat, because I know there's a few cheaters out there. Question 1. In the original Resident Evil, what colour herb do you mix with a green herb to make a stronger health potion? What could that be? I wonder. Alright, the second question. The football series eFootball was previously called Pro Evolution Soccer and ISS before that. But can you tell me the name of the franchise as it was first known in Japan? Tricky one. That's one for the old granddads amongst us. Hello, how are you doing, chaps? Question 3. In Ghost Recon Wildlands, your Special Forces squad head to Bolivia to overthrow a drug cartel that has taken over the country. But can you tell me where the drug cartel originate from? Is it Ecuador, Mexico, or Colombia? Question 4. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was a Nintendo classic back in the 80s, but why was the game re-released in 1990 with Mike Tyson's name being removed? Was it A. Mike Tyson was in talks with Sega about a new boxing game which Nintendo did not appreciate, or B. Nintendo decided to not renew the contract with Mike Tyson as he was no longer the champion? Right, last question, question 5. American actor Michael Ironside was the voice actor behind Sam Fisher from the Splinter Cell series. But in which film did Ironside play opposite Arnold Schwarzenegger in a sci-fi movie set on the planet Mars? Open your mind. Okay, those are the questions. I will give you the answers later on in the video. No cheating, please. And you can let me know in the comments how you did. Okay, next we have questions and answers. So thank you to everyone who sent in a question. I put a request up on my community posts. So if you're wondering where these questions came from, they came from people who watch the channel. Okay, so the first question, it was sent in by Tempierre. Are you a fan of tabletop games at all? Well, I would say nowadays probably not. When I was a kid, when I was a very young kid, maybe about 5 or 6 years old, I got into chess club. What a nerd. And I absolutely smashed it. Grandmaster chess prodigy at that age. So that I guess you could say that's a tabletop game in some regard. I also had games like, what was it, Hero Quest and Space Crusade, like little board games. They weren't like proper Warhammer Nerdville, but they were, things I enjoyed. I did dip into kind of tabletop games a little bit. Like I had a friend who was like absolutely hardcore into it. I wasn't like that, but I thought they were quite good fun. Nowadays, I do like turn-based games in computer games, so I guess those are sort of modern interpretations of tabletop games, the turn-based, the XCOMs 2, of this world, the Mutant Year Zeros, those kind of things. So yeah, I do like them. I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I'm a kind of an appreciator. But yeah, chess was always my game, and I guess that's a kind of a strategic turn-based tabletop game of sorts. Very good game, do love playing it. I haven't lost in years because I'm the best. Next question is from Indicate XXXX. Actually, they've sent 3 questions, cheeky, but let's go. Right, first one. What game do you enjoy on your free time, if you have any? Well, I do enjoy Deep Rock Galactic, but again, I haven't played that too much of late. I think lately, what have I been playing? Sleeping Dogs, was reviewing it, but really enjoyed it as well. I used to play a lot of Pro Evolution Soccer, but that's kind of dead in the water, so that's not on the agenda. Over the years, I don't know, State of Decay 2, Grounded, things like that. I do enjoy Ark Survival Evolved because I enjoy being creative and things like that. So, there isn't anything at the moment specifically that I'm playing for entertainment. I always do like a bit of Everybody's Golf. What else? Diablo 3, used to play that quite a lot, but I try and have at least one on the menu, if you know what I mean. Otherwise, it's just work. But most of the games I play are things I'm interested in anyway, so it's kind of mix and match. Okay, the second question by Indicate is, what songs do you listen to while editing videos? Well, that's a very easy answer. I don't listen to any songs when I'm editing videos because, obviously, I don't listen to a lot of songs in general because most of my work involves me having to listen to an audio source. If I play a game, I've got my headphones in, I've got the music and speakers for the game, so I can't really listen to music during that unless it's a sort of a driving game, then maybe, but editing I can't because I have to edit the audio and put music and sound effects in, so I've got to be very tuned into the audio of the video itself, so I don't have background music playing because it distracts me. The only time I listen to music is really when I'm out walking. I go for long walks in the countryside just to sort of clear my mind. Or if I'm writing, I listen to instrumental stuff because I find if I listen to stuff with vocals, the vocals get in my head. Like you can hear people talking when you're writing. It distracts you. So I like a bit of instrumental, but my music tastes are very eclectic, going back to the 60s or to modern day stuff. So a bit of this, a bit of that. But I don't listen to as much as I would like. And the next question they had was, has YouTube messed with your mood or physiologically? No. I'm one of those people who are pre-YouTube, pre-internet, pre-Android phone, pre-even bloody mobile phones. Like when I was a kid, Very few people had cell phones, so I don't really care too much about social media and things that happen on it. Like, I don't take it personally. I don't get offended. Last time I got offended, I think, was when someone ate one of my donuts at my last birthday party. Shocking. Disgrace. So I don't really get bothered by YouTube. Like, obviously, that's an aeroplane going over the top. Lovely bit of sound effects there. My screen's gone off. So you get all the joyful, unedited version of the stuff today. So, right, where was I? YouTube. The only negative of YouTube, I guess, is you get comments, and you do get people having a little moan up and having a little pop. You know, when someone comments on a video and has a pop at me, I don't really care, to be perfectly honest, because I don't know them. If my best friend was commenting saying, "You are a dick," I'd be like, oh shit, I better have a look at myself. But I take it as a bit of banter. You know, usually I ignore it. Sometimes I'll drop a little hand grenade back at them just to sort of give them a little taste of their own medicine, but it doesn't affect me because I don't have YouTube on my phone. So I do YouTube at allotted times during the day, and that's it. Other than that, I'm off in this place called Reality. You should check it out because it's quite good fun. Right, 3 questions done for Indicate. Thank you. Next question is by Johnny Loner. Sounds like someone I knew at school. Anyway, what's the most game you enjoyed making a review for? You know what? I enjoy any game that's a large challenge to review, like Elden Ring, for example, or Dying Light 2 recently. Didn't love it, but I enjoyed making the review because it's quite an expansive thing to talk about. There's a lot going on, and I like to try and sum up my thoughts, my feelings. So I wouldn't say there's a specific, like, oh, here's a game I love to review. I like reviewing games, full stop, really. Like any game, unless it's a pile of shit, then I'm like, oh Jesus, how am I going to get through this? I do abandon reviews. There are games that I've tried to review and I just like, am I going to play through this? No. So, you know, as long as I'm enjoying playing it to a degree, I don't really care what it is. I enjoy them all, you know. Gosh, I've been recording for 2 hours this morning, so I'm going to have a drink. What am I drinking? Ginger beer. Very nice. Right. Next question. Mega Jonesy. What was the catalyst that caused you to combine your gaming and photography hobbies? Well, I thought about doing a YouTube channel. That was it. I was like, I've got to do a podcast or a YouTube channel. And I thought, what can I do it on? I know gaming intimately since the 80s. I know photography for about 20 years. I'd had a Instagram account called Photography Gamer for a good few years before I started this channel because I take screenshots in games, and that was Photography Gamer. So I just thought, yeah, why don't I incorporate photo mode stuff into my YouTube as well as game reviews and stuff? So that was it. It wasn't like a catalyst. The catalyst was I'm making a YouTube channel. What am I going to do it on? Gaming. Games have photo modes. I'm also a photographer. Makes sense for me to cover that as well. I wouldn't want to exclusively do photo modes because it would bore the hell out of me. As you know, I'm quite eclectic and like a varied lifestyle, so there you go. That's no real... the catalyst was just... it just made sense, I guess. Next question. Long one by Simone Martinello or Simeone. I can never tell how to pronounce that. Simone, I would say. Hello, PG. Congrats on your achievement. I'd like to ask your opinion on the gaming industry. With the increase of loot boxes, microtransactions and shady practices in publishing video games, it feels like they're more corporate products that try and get more money from the gamers. What do you think should happen in order to invert this trend and have the industry producing great games like ones in the past? I'm not saying there aren't any good games, but it feels like it's a rare thing. Cheers. Well, look, you know, if you think about the origins of gaming, why were computer games created? It's actually kind of funny because originally a computer game was created for an arcade machine, and arcade machines were not free. You had to put coins in, you had to put money. So arcades were actually monetized. So the origins of gaming is actually in monetization. Now, when it moved into the home, you know, you bought a console, you bought a game, I think that was fine. But then this is not uncommon in any industry. You know, once success comes, once you reach a certain level, people start slicing up the pie into smaller chunks, and they're like, can we squeeze some more money out of it? It happens in everything. There's paywalls everywhere. And gaming is no different. Can we reverse it? Well, I don't think we can reverse it, but we can not buy them. virtual currency and things that shouldn't have additional fees. We don't have to buy them. You don't have to buy them. You're not forced to buy them. And if the game is predicated on buying them, then don't buy the game in the first place, because that's the only way you stop it. You hit them in their pocket, because they only understand the jangling of coins and notes in their own pockets. I think really gaming, it's so big now that there isn't a high level of creativity than there was in the past, because there's more people doing it and not everyone is creative, not everyone's got good ideas. A lot of people just look at what everyone else is doing and go, let's do one of them, So there's a lot of replication, copying, duplication. I do think the one area that will grow in this time is the indie scene, because one, the games are cheaper, and two, they're made by individuals or small groups, so they're not necessarily dictated to by focus groups or, will this be popular? Does this tick all of the diversity boxes and stuff like that? Because I'm all for diversity, I'm all for inclusion, but story comes first. That comes first. Everything else comes after. If the story doesn't come first, you end up with things like shockingly awful shit that we've seen in recent times. Story is everything. That comes first. Everything else comes after. Okay, the next question is by Donovan Freiberg. As a photographer myself, I would love to know why you call yourself Photography Gamer, and a little bit more about your background and how it relates to video games. Why did I call myself Photography Gamer? Well, as I said earlier, I had an Instagram account that I wanted to make for my photo mode screenshots before I was on YouTube, so it was photography. I'm a photographer and a gamer, so photographer. It was going to be Photographer Gamer or some shit like that, or it just ended up being Photography Gamer because I do photography, I do gaming, and that was it. It was probably not the most catchy of names, but it just kind of happened. My background as a photographer, over 15 years ago, I started really getting into photography. I was always into it as a kid, but I didn't have the money because it was analog back then, a lot more expensive than the digital era. I've done many things as a photographer, like foreign correspondence, covering kind of conflict zones, fine art photography that's featured in galleries in LA, in Japan. I've done travel photography, events, very sort of high concept, filmic, cinematic type captures, because my background is also in filmmaking, and I got sort of fed up of theatrical filmmaking because it's such a laborious slog, and at the end of it you don't really feel like you get anything for all your work. So I veered into more conceptual photography of film scenes, scenes from a movie, and I would do a shoot around it. So it was a lot more content, a lot more to share, and a lot more I felt like I was getting more from it, and it was little compartmentalized movies and photo shoots. So I've done quite a lot. I mean, I've done loads of photography. I haven't done much in recent times because, I don't know, I feel like I've kind of maxed out. I need a little break, but I'm getting back into it. I've got a few shoots planned later in the year, but I don't really share them on this channel because it's a separate entity. Next question is from Darkness Descends. Firstly, congratulations on the 3-year anniversary. Love your videos and the amount of effort you put into them. Keep at it. Question is, since most big releases are getting delayed, what games in 2022 are you looking forward to? Well, from what's coming, what's left, I think Stalker 2, which will probably get delayed. God of War Ragnarok, I think it's the only one left, isn't it? I'm not really into Saints Row that's coming out in August because it looks a bit, the kind of, or they've all got green and pink hair and they're all a bit bland and a bit nondescript, because that's the way games are now, because we don't want to offend anyone. So everyone's going to be a cardboard cutout with zero character because, we've got to be safe. No one takes risks anymore. So not interested in that. But yeah, God of War Ragnarok, looking forward to that. Stalker 2. The only games this year that I was really bothered about was Elden Ring, Forbidden West, Dying Light 2, played, reviewed all them, so yeah, not a great deal this year apart from those. Okay, next question is from Lup. 4 questions, cheeky. How long does it take to make a video? Well, how long's a piece of string? That's a good answer to that because it depends on the length of the video. I've got to play the game, write it, Writing, I don't know, half an hour. Recording, I record one take, top to bottom. I don't re-record. I don't record the lines twice. As long as it doesn't sound like gibberish, that's fine. There's no real answer to that question because I can't give a definitive answer because it can all take different lengths of time depending on complexity. Are they scripted? Well, yeah, as in I write them down, but when I write my reviews, I write them like I'm talking to somebody, you know, and I do one draft. I don't do 700 redrafts to try to make myself sound intellectually superior, because I already am, obviously. No, joking aside, I script them because I don't want to forget stuff, because when I started doing the channel, I would riff, you know, I would just bullet point riff, and then I felt like I was not saying everything I wanted to say, which was frustrating. So I started writing the reviews in depth, but I write them, like I say, one take, I guess. I write them, just spew them out, and they're there. I spell check them, done. I don't reread them or redraft them, because I want it to sound like the way I would say it to you the first time over. Are you a completionist? Do you care about trophies or achievements? No. Next question. If I got money for it, I'd care, but like, here's a trophy, well done, thanks, goodbye. Not interested. I think the last time I got 100% was Days Gone, but honestly couldn't give a shit, because I don't really, what do I get from it? I don't really gain any benefit, so it's dead time, you know, to me anyway. And lastly, what was the first video game and or console you played, if you remember? I think it might have been Donkey Kong or Space Invaders. Like, I had a little handheld thing my mum bought me when I was a kid, and then I would go to the arcades, and I remember there was a wrestling game in the arcades. Was it WrestleFest or W? It had like Sergeant Slaughter in it and Hulk Hogan, but it wasn't a game that came out on consoles. It was just God, what was it called? That was awesome. And then there was, like, you know, the usual racing games in the arcades, Street Fighter. I never really loved that. I don't know, there was, yeah, but I think it was probably Donkey Kong or probably Space Invaders, to be perfectly honest. Okay, well, thank you for those questions. I hope I answered them appropriately and I gave you some insight into the channel. Someone just walked past my window eating a muffin. Fucking hell, I'm hungry. That's not helpful. Anyway, right, back to, you can tell I'm getting hungry because I'm getting distracted. Right, where are we? What's next? Da-da-da. The quiz answers, right. Okay, quiz question answers. The first answer is red herb. That was the Resident Evil question. What do you mix with a green herb to get a special health potion? Next question is Pro Evolution Soccer. What was it called originally in Japan? That's Winning 11. I used to import that from my local sort of dodgy import store before, when I modded and chipped my PlayStation, I think it was. Next question. Ghost Recon Wildlands, where are the cartel from? Ecuador, Mexico or Colombia? I'm pretty sure it's Mexico, but I'm having doubts. Let me know in the comments. Next question, why was Mike Tyson Punch-Out re-released just as Punch-Out? Well, they did it because Mike was no longer the champion in 1990. And the last question was Ironside, Sam Fisher's voiceover, starred in a movie with Arnie in Mars. What was it called? Total Recall. Not the shit one with Farrell. Colin Farrell? Is it Colin Farrell? I don't know. Anyway, Total Recall. Get your ass to Mars. Get your ass to Mars. Love it. There you go. Right, we're done. I am absolutely dying for a drink and some food. But anyway, that's the 3-year anniversary update. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you still enjoy my content. I hope you continue to support my channel, to watch my videos, and if you want to become a patron, you are more than welcome. And if enough people become patrons, I will start doing something specific for patrons, you know, like exclusive content, if enough people subscribe to that. So if you can, please do. There you go. Thank you again for watching. I desperately need that muffin. I'm going to go and tackle that guy in the street and steal his muffin. So I will be back, assuming the police don't arrest me. But yeah, back in a few days with another video. And I'm off to get a muffin. Thank you very much. Good night, goodbye, and catch up with you next time. Muffins.